Well, good afternoon, Pirate fans, and welcome to Pirate Field for your Armstrong Atlantic State University Pirates taking on the Southern Connecticut State University Owls, the first of a three-game series here at Pirate Field. Armstrong Atlantic comes in with a 6-1 record, and Southern Connecticut State making its season debut here in Savannah as they have done the last couple of years. A regular fixture in the month of February here in Savannah. The Owls come in last year 33-18 record, and they are set to take on the Pirates here this afternoon to open up their 2007 season. Armstrong Atlantic, after dropping its first game of the year, has reeled off 6 straight to go 6-1 and came off of a very successful weekend last weekend, winning 3 games, 2 against Florida Tech and 1 against Wingate University. And taking them out today for the Pirates, Jeff Chase, the junior big right-hander, 1-1 with a 3.75 earned run average, and he will face Michael Diaz, the shortstop for the Owls, to start things off here on this Friday afternoon. The first pitch is lifted into left center field. Mark Noble, the center fielder, back underneath it, makes the grab for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out for the Pirates, and the center fielder, Carl Derbacher, will come to the plate. Derbacher, a sophomore from Northford, Connecticut. Last year as a freshman at 261, no homers, 19 runs driven in. Takes a first pitch strike here from Jeff Chase. Defensively for the Pirates behind Chase, Sean Hotzak's behind the plate. Kenny Cale is at third base. Josh Dallas is at short. Josh Wilson at at second. Tyler Evans is at first. And then the outfield from left to right, Brad Bohannon to Mark Noble and Truman Merrick. DeRocker steps back in. The 1-1 pitch from Chase is high for a ball, and it's 2-1. Southern Connecticut State out of the Northeast 10 Conference. Regular contenders for the Northeast region. Of course, advancing out of that region last year was Franklin Pierce College. 3-1 pitch, fastball fouled back out of play, and the count runs full on Derbacher. We'll have 3 games in this series. Tomorrow, the Pirates and the Owls will face off at 1. We will not have that for you on our webcast, and so we'll be bringing you basketball action as the full count pitch is high, and Chase walks Derbacher. And then Sunday's game, because of the unseasonably cool weather here in Savannah, has been moved from a noon start to a 1 o'clock start. Highs this whole weekend not expected to get out of the 50s. And in fact, tonight's low in Savannah is supposed to get down to a chilly 25. Not too cold to our visitors from Connecticut, but that's pretty cool for us down here. Chase starts off. Joe Calden, the second baseman, with a breaking ball low for ball 1. Calden hit .318 last year for the Owls. 3 homers, 29 runs driven in. Derbacher leads away from first, goes on the pitch. It's a fastball, and it's fouled. Back out of play, headed towards one of the cars parked over on the right side. The count evens up at 1-1. The rest of the Southern Connecticut State lineup looks like this. Nick Chakai on deck. He is the cleanup hitter and plays first. Jim McLaughlin, the catcher, will bat 5th. Sean Morgan will play right field and bat 6th. Paul Izzo, the left fielder, bats 7th as Calden takes a strike. Kevin Bowerman plays 3rd and bats 8th, and Mo Davidson is the designated hitter. He will bat 9th. It's 1-2 on the count on Calden. A throw over to first. Another throw over Derbacher. Back to the bag. Carl Derbacher was 12 of 17 on stolen base attempts last season. That was the second most on the Owls club. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike three. So Chase comes back and gets Calden with a nice breaking pitch, and they're two down for the first baseman, Nick Chakai. 296 last year for the Owls, 2 homers, 27 runs driven in. Chakai is a senior from Branford, Connecticut. Right-handed hitter steps in. And another throw over to first chases Derbacher back to the bag. Chakai, 6'3", 200 pounds. Transferred from Pace University in New York. Fastball well high from Chase, taken for ball one. Last year, the Owls and the Pirates played a 4-game series. The first 3 games of that series, all close affairs. As the runner goes on the pitch, throw down to second is in plenty of time, and Derbacher is out, 2-6, trying to steal. Chase gives up a walk, but nothing else. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Pirates coming to bat. High-low game. You got 2 cards, and you got to bet on whether the next upturn card is going to be in stream or not. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field. Armstrong Atlantic will come up in the bottom of the first, facing right-hander Josh Terletsky for Southern Connecticut State. Terletsky is 6'2", 225-pound senior from Plainfield, Connecticut. He will face Mark Noble, Tyler Evans, and Truman Merrick here in the bottom of the first. First pitch from Terletsky to Noble is outside for ball one. Mark hitting .455 on the young season. No homers, 4 runs driven in, 10 hits, and 22 at-bats. Fastball outside again, and it's 2-0. Terletsky started last year against the Pirates in the fourth game of the four-game series. Went 3 2/3 innings, gave up 9 hits, 7 runs, all earned. Walked 3, struck out 3 in the 14-6 Armstrong win. After that game, the rest of the year, Terletsky went 6-1 with a 1.76 earned run average. .30 pitch coming, though, from Terletsky, and that is a strike at the belt, and it's 3-1. So Terletsky last year was the number 4 man for the Owls, but starts the Southern Connecticut State season as their number 1. It gives a strike to Noble at the knees, and the count now runs full on the Pirates center fielder. Three-two pitch, grounded to third. Up with it is Bowerman. Long throw to first, and there's one down. I'll bring up Tyler Evans for the Pirates. Playing first base today for the Pirates. Takes a strike from Terletsky, and it's 0-1. Tyler's hitting .407 on the young season. No homers, 1 RBI. Swings and fouls one off here, but he has scored a team high 12 runs. And has a .529 on base percentage. The 0-2 pitch from Terletsky is outside, and it's 1-2. That 14-6 game last year in which Terletsky started, the only game that was a blowout, Southern Connecticut State and the Pirates played 4 last year, is an inside-out swing by Tyler Evans. Strikes him out. 2 down now for the Pirates. I'll bring up Truman Merrick. Last year on February 17th, the Pirates won 7-6 in 10 innings over the Owls. Then in a doubleheader on Saturday, beat the Owls 8-7 and 9-6 before closing out the 4-game sweep with a 14-6 win on Sunday. Truman Merrick steps to the plate. The Peach Belt Conference's Player of the Week this week for his outstanding weekend against Florida Tech and Wingate. Truman is hitting .444 on the year, 2 homers, 11 runs driven in. But last weekend had a monster weekend, had a bases clearing double in Friday's win over Florida Tech that snapped 11-all tie and made it 15-11. Had a 3-run home run against Wingate on Saturday as he fouls one down the left field line here. It will hit foul. And then on Sunday, in the 10th inning of a 7-7 game against Florida Tech, Merrick pitched a scoreless 10th, striking out the side, then came up in the bottom of the 10th and drove in the winning run on the single up the middle. Two-one pitch outside to Merrick from Terletsky, and it's now 3-1. Three-one pitch in the dirt, ball 4, and the Pirates have the first base runner of the ball game. As Merrick draws a 2-out walk and brings up Josh Wilson, the second baseman. Josh hitting .257 hits and 28 at-bats. He does have 2 home runs and 8 runs driven in. The redshirt freshman from Springfield looks at a strike from Terletsky, and it's 0-1. Flip over to first. Chases Truman Merrick back to the base. Truman has not attempted a stolen base yet this season. Breaking ball bounces in the dirt, blocked by McLaughlin. And the count moves to 1-1. Wide throw to first, but gloved by the first baseman, Chakai. Merrick gets back safely. And another throw over to first, paying special attention to Merrick. Are the Owls. Runner bluffs a go, and the pitch is a strike to Wilson, so Wilson now on the hole 1-2. No score. We're in the bottom of the first inning between the Owls and the Pirates. Runner goes on the 1-2 pitch. It's a hit and run, and that one is hit to deep left center field, giving chase, and that one is up against the wall. Merrick will score easily, and Wilson is into second base with an RBI double, and the Pirates take a 1-0 lead. So Josh Wilson with his 9th RBI of the season. And that is his first double of the year. He had a triple and 2 home runs coming into the game, and now Sean Hotzak will step to the plate. First pitch bounces in, but is blocked by McLaughlin for ball 1. Hotzak, .368 average. That's 7 hits and 19 at-bats. 2 home runs and a team-leading 13 runs driven in. Terletsky's fastball is at the knees, called a strike, and it's 1-1. Josh Wilson leads away from second. 1-1 pitch to Hotzak, down and away for a ball. And it's 2-1. Our baseball team, the only team in action today in Armstrong Atlantic Athletics. Busy day again tomorrow with baseball and tennis at home, as well as basketball and softball on the road. 2-1 pitch is low to Hotzak. He's got a good hitter's count here at 3-1. Still 2 out in the inning, but the Pirates lead at 1-0. The 3-1 pitch is a strike, and it's 3-2. So the payoff pitch to Hotzak is swung on and missed, strike 3. Terletsky strikes out 2 in the inning, but the RBI double by Josh Wilson puts the Pirates up. We go to the top of the second inning, 1-0 Armstrong. Top of the second inning, Armstrong Atlantic leading Southern Connecticut State here 1-0. Nick Jakai steps back in. He was at the plate when Carl DeBacher was thrown out trying to steal to end the top half of the first inning. Chase starts him off with a strike here, and it's 0-1. Jeff Chase on the year, 1-1 with a 3.75 earned run average for the Pirates. 12 innings pitched, 11 hits. He has given up 7 runs, 5 earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 11 coming into today, and he gets Kai to swing at a pitch in the dirt, and he's ahead in the count now, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from Chase, down and away, taken for a ball. One-two off-speed pitch got Chakai way out in front of it was the Owls' first baseman. And that's the first out of the inning, second strikeout for Chase. And with one down, Jim McLaughlin, the catcher, steps to the plate. McLaughlin hit .262 last year for the Owls, 1 home run, 20 runs driven in. One point to think about as McLaughlin swings and misses for strike one, the Northeast 10 Conference, when Southern Connecticut State goes back up to Northeast, plays league games. They play with wood bats, so a lot of the hitting numbers may not be as impressive for the Owls when you take in the overall season, but they're doing it with wood bats for probably about 2/3 of their schedule. 1-1 pitch is called a strike, and McLaughlin, the left-handed hitting catcher, is in the hole 1-2. And now we'll call time. The Owls lineup has 8 returners from last year. The only starter they did not return was Jose Ortiz, and he was an all-region performer, .413 average, 1 homer and a team-high 40 runs driven in. 2-2 pitch from Chase, fouled back behind us out of play. And the count remains at 2-2. Chase into the wind. Again, the 2-2 pitch. This one sails high, and the count is now full. 1-0 top of the second. Early going here at Pirate Field. Gorgeous day, just a little brisk for us down here in the south. It's hovering right about 55 degrees as there is a base hit into right field. McLaughlin just reached out and poked it by Wilson into shallow right, and that's the first hit for the Owls here this afternoon. And it brings up the right fielder, Sean Morgan. Morgan hit .233 last year for the Owls, 3 homers, 23 runs driven in. He is a senior from Maynard, Massachusetts. And this is his 4th year with the Owls and his 4th trip to Savannah. Chase's 0-1 pitch high for ball 1. McLaughlin leads away from first. He was 0 for 4 last year in stolen base attempts, but Chase's next pitch is high, and it's 2-1 now to Morgan. Fastball again high. Chase, who struck out a couple of batters, in danger of walking his second man of the game. as he falls behind Morgan 3-1. With McLaughlin leading away from first, one down in the top of the second. Another fastball high, and that's 4 straight high fastballs by Chase to walk Morgan. And that's going to bring assistant coach Calvin Culberson out to the mound just to go over some mechanic issues with Chase on the hill. So the meeting on the mound is done, and Chase will now go to work against Paul Izzo, the left fielder for the Owls. Southern Connecticut State has 2 on with 1 out. Izzo, a junior from New York, hits a ground ball to third. Cale fields it in fair territory. His only play is to first because his momentum actually carried him into foul territory once he caught the ball. No chance for him to reverse direction and tag the bag, so he made the smart play and threw it to first. So there are 2 down now, but there are runners on second and third. For the third baseman, Kevin Bowerman. First pitch to him is a strike. And the count is 0-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed by Bowerman, blocked by Hotzak, but Chase now gets ahead of Bowerman 0-2. Last year, Bowerman hit .306 in 32 games played, 1 home run, 15 runs driven in. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3, so Chase settles down after getting a couple of runners on. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Armstrong Atlantic leading it 1-0. To the bottom of the second inning we go here at Pirate Field. Armstrong Atlantic leading Southern Connecticut State 1-0. It'll be Chris Smith, Kenny Kale, and Brad Bohannon here in the bottom of the second to face Josh Terletsky. Terletsky delivers the ball. Smith serving as the designated hitter today, hitting .214, 3 hits and 14 at-bats with 3 runs driven in. Takes a strike on the inside part of the plate here, and it's 1-1. One pitch, and this one is hit foul down the third base line. Smith got around on that one pretty good, but just a little too much. I've been informed that Jose Ortiz is still with the Owls, just hurt right now, not playing. So Southern Connecticut State has pretty much their entire lineup back from last year once Ortiz gets healthy and gets back into the lineup. Foul ball chased by McLaughlin, but ran into the screen without a chance to make a play on it. The count remains 1-2 on Smith. Again, our next webcast of baseball will come to you on Sunday, and it will be at 1 o'clock. They've moved the game up an hour as there is a ground ball in the hole into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Chris Smith with a single, and the Pirates get the leadoff runner on here for Kenny Kale. First pitch to Kale is strike for ball one. Kale, .360 average, 9 hits and 25 at-bats. No homers, 5 runs driven in. That is a strike at the knees, and the count goes to 1-1. The Armstrong Atlantic basketball teams will be playing in their final home games of the 2006-2007 season tomorrow as Armstrong takes on USC Upstate. It will be Upstate's final trip to Savannah as they move on to the land of Division I and the Atlantic Sun Conference next year. 2 o'clock for the women's contest, 4 o'clock for the men as Terletsky's pitches inside, and it's 3-1 now to Kale. The Pirates will honor their seniors tomorrow, and it will also be Marvin Vanover Day tomorrow as the Pirates honor the retiring Peach Belt Conference commissioner during the men's contest. 3-1 pitch from Terletsky, fastball grounded to second. Throw over to first is high and pulls Chakai off the bag. So an error on the second baseman, Calden. Puts runners on first and second for Brad Bohannon, nobody out. Terletsky's first pitch to Bohannon is a strike. Brad hitting .226, 7 hits and 31 at-bats. Senior from Carrollton looks in. Terletsky delivers the 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Pitch inside. Bohannon twists out of the way, but takes it for a ball. 2 on, nobody out, top of the second inning. Getting started with a single through the left side by Chris Smith. As there's a swing and a miss, the ball is in the dirt. The runners did not move. Cale was halfway between first and second before he realized that Smith on second was not going to head to third. So he has to scramble back to first, and there's one down now for Josh Dallas. And that is Bohannon's 10th strikeout already of the season. So Josh Dallas steps in, the shortstop, 9th hole hitter for the Pirates. He swings and misses. And a pitch for strike one. Josh hitting .320, 8 hits and 25 at-bats, with a pair of runs driven in. Fastball high and tight, taken for a ball, and it's 1-1. Terletsky from the stretch, the 1-1 pitch to Dallas outside. Looked like McLaughlin might have gotten crossed up on the sign there. Didn't expect it to pop out that far outside, but it's now 2-1. That fastball is on the outside part of the plate, and the count goes to 2-2. Also tomorrow, the Pirate tennis teams will take on Valdosta State. The men ranked 7th, taking on the top-ranked team in the nation. High chopper to first. Kai will play it on a short hop, tag to bag. For the second out of the inning, the runners move up on the play. And we'll go back to the top of the order for Mark Noble. Noble grounded out to third his first time up. Terletsky's first pitch to him is low, ball one. The Blazers captured the national championship in men's tennis a couple of years ago. It had an extremely strong fall. Armstrong Atlantic, however, has already knocked off 2 top 10 ranked teams, opening up the season with a win over number 2 Lynn, and then knocking off number 10 Lander over the past weekend. Fastball lined up the middle. That's a base hit. 1 run will score. Rounding third is Cale. The throw will be not in time. And so Mark Noble delivers a 2 RBI single, and the Pirates take a 3-0 lead. We'll bring up Tyler Evans, who struck out against Terletsky in the first. Noble leads away from first and elicits a throw from Terletsky. Runner goes on the pitch, hit and run, underneath the glove of Chakai into right field. That's going to be first and third on the single by Evans. And then the ball gets away. They throw the plate, and Noble is going to be out trying to advance when the throw came in erratically from right field. So the Pirates pick up 2, but Southern Connecticut State erases another base runner at the plate. We go to the top of the third. It's 3-0 Pirates. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field. We go to the bottom of the third, or excuse me, the top of the third inning. Armstrong Atlantic leading Southern Connecticut State 3-0. First pitch swinging is the designated hitter Mo Davidson, fouls one down the first base line for strike one. Davidson hit 186 in 43 at-bats last year for the Owls. 8 hits in those 43 at-bats and 5 runs driven in. The 0-1 pitch, curveball right over the plate, and it's now 0-2 to Davidson. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Pirates. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Armstrong Atlantic. Called strike 3 on the breaking ball. Davidson frozen by Chase is the 4th strikeout for Chase in his first trip through the order, and we'll go back to the top of the order for the shortstop, Michael Diaz. Diaz flew out to center field his first time up. Chase's first pitch is low, ball 1. One-zero pitch, fastball high from Chase, and it's now 2-0. Now the 2-0 pitch popped up, foul down the right field line, and it will fall out of play for strike 1. Chase gets the sign from Hotsack and delivers the 2-1 pitch. Fastball looped into left. On the run is Bohannon, and he makes a great diving catch to rob Diaz of a hit, and that's the second out of the inning. So quickly 2 down for the Owls here in the third. And Derbacher, the center fielder, steps in. Walked in the first and was caught stealing. Chase delivers a first pitch low to him here for ball 1. One-zero pitch, fastball swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. Chase into the line, the 1-1 pitch. Fastball right over the plate. And the count goes to 1-2. The ASU softball team will hit the road tomorrow. They will visit Francis Marion for a Peach Bowl Conference doubleheader against the Patriots at 1 o'clock. Curveball outside, taken for a ball, and it's now 2-2. The Howard softball team 1-1 on the season after splitting their season opener last Saturday with Lander. 2-2 pitch popped foul out of play. Derbacher stays alive. So again, the 2-2 pitch upcoming from Chase. Breaking ball swung on again, fouled out of play. Three 0 Pirates lead, top of the third, first of 3 games in this series between Pirates and the Owls. Chase's 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. Hotsack will have to throw down to first to complete the strikeout, which he does. And that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down go the Owls. We go to the bottom of the third. Pirates leading it 3-0. Truman Merrick leads things off for the Pirates here in the bottom of the third inning. Takes a pitch low and outside for ball one. Truman walked and scored in the first inning. Again, the Peach Belt Conference's Player of the Week this week. Looking to stay on a hitting tear. Another pitch low to him, though. And Treletsky has thrown 6 straight balls to Merrick. Merrick walked on 4 pitches in the first. The 2-1 pitch here, and that's high and inside. So obviously the word's out on Truman, at least from the Owl perspective. 3-0 pitch from Treletsky is high ball 4. So Truman draws a leadoff walk here in the third. And it will bring up Josh Wilson, who doubled in. Merrick in the first. Josh came into today hitting .250. But of his 8 hits this season, half of them have been for extra bases. First pitch to him is low ball 1. Merrick leads away from first. And a throw back over to first by Treletsky. 3 runs, 5 hits, and the Pirates have also had 2 base runners via the walk. Runner goes on the pitch. It's a strike. The throw to second not in time, and Merrick has a stolen base. His first of the season. One pitch to Wilson, strike at the belt. And it's now 1-2. That is the 4th straight steal for the Pirates. Armstrong was 1 for 7 in the opening weekend against Mount Olive on the base pass, but was 3 and 3 last weekend. And 1 for 1 here. Wilson swings and misses at the breaking ball. For the strikeout. So 1 down, and Sean Hotsack coming to the plate. Sean struck out against Treletsky his first time up. Treletsky with 4 strikeouts in the game. First pitch to him down and away for ball 1, matching the 5 strikeouts by Chase. Whereas Chase has given up just 1 hit, Treletsky's given up 5. Breaking ball in the dirt, taken for a ball. And it's now 2-0 on Hotsack. Merrick on at second. The pitch to Hotsack. Swung on and missed. That's 2-1. Two-one pitch bounces in the dirt. Gets away from McLaughlin briefly, but not far enough to move the runner Merrick. And the count is now 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball foul back to the screen, so the count runs full. And Hotsack will dig back in. Merrick on at second, got on with a leadoff walk, stole second. But Treletsky's come back to Strike out Wilson, and now has a full count on Hotsack. 3-2 pitch grounded to third. Slow roller. Bowerman has to hurry the throw, and it's not in time. It's an infield hit for the catcher, Sean Hotsack, and the Pirates have 2 on with 1 out. Merrick did not advance on the play, so there are runners on first and second for Smith, who singled his first time up. Terletsky's first pitch to Smith, letter high, strike. The 0-1 pitch to Smith is swung on and lifted into left field on the run in fair territory. Izzo makes the catch. The runners will have to retreat back to the bag. That's the second out of the inning. I'll bring up Kenny Kale. Singled to second base his first time up. And then scored on the 2-run single by Mark Noble. Terletsky's first pitch to him upstairs, ball 1. Sherman Merrick on at second, Sean Hotsack on at first. Pitch is a strike to Kale, and it's 1-1. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Pirates leading it 3-0. Runners go on the pitch. Throw down to second base. Not in time. So the double steal puts the runners on second and third, and a 2-1 count on Kenny Kale. Two-one pitch, that's a strike, and it's 2-2 now to Kale. So the Pirates have now stolen 6 straight bases after opening the year 1 for 7. Swinging a fly ball in the center field, sinking, and it will fall for a base hit. It gets past the center fielder, so Kale will head to second, and it's a 2-run double, and the Pirates now lead it 5-0. Not sure Derbacher had much of a chance of that. Probably would have been better off just playing it on the hop, but Kale gets to second, 2-run score, and Brad Bohannon will come to the plate. First pitch to Bohannon is in the dirt for ball 1. Five runs and 7 hits now for the Pirates. Armstrong has scored in each of the first 3 innings this afternoon. Fastball, that one's grounded to second. Up with it is Calden. He flips it to first, and that retires the side. But the Pirates get 2 more on the 2 RBI double by Kale. We go to the top of the 4th. It's 5-0 Pirates. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field. Armstrong Atlantic leads Southern Connecticut State 5-0. We go to the top of the fourth. Joe Calden, the second baseman, will lead things off. He looks at a first pitch strike from Chase. It'll be Calden, Chakai, and McLaughlin to face Chase here in the fourth. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball right over for a strike, and it's 0-2. Yeah, it's not like I don't have enough to do here. The 0-2 pitch from Chase, fastball in the dirt, taken for a ball, and it's now 1-2. The 1-2 delivery from Jeff Chase, grounded foul down the first base line. Here in the press box with us, former Pirate Leon Boyd, now a member of the Dutch national team just off the beach in Curacao. That's a hard life, training with the national team, 95-degree beaches. Pitch down and away for ball 2. Leon will be here till March. We'll get him on the webcast one of these days coming up. 2-2 pitch popped up in the infield. Wilson drifts to his right and makes the grab for out number 1. That will bring up Chakai, the first baseman. Struck out against Chase his first time up. Chase's first pitch is letter high for strike 1. Again, 3-game series between the Pirates and the Owls. Tomorrow's game at 1 as Chakai tries to hold up on a swing but can't. Falls in the hole 0-2. That game will not be on our webcast for you, but we'll be back with you on Sunday at 1 p.m. start instead of the scheduled noon start between the Pirates and the Owls. The 0-2 pitch from Chase is golfed into left field, and that is a good piece of 0-2 hitting by Chakai. That ball was about 6 inches off the ground, and Chakai just flung the bat out at it and golfed it over the head of Dallas into left field for a base hit. Nothing you can do on that. Sometimes their team just makes a good play. Chakai on at first with 1 out for the catcher McLaughlin, who owns the other hit for the Owls this afternoon. Singled back in the second inning. Chase's first pitch to him is fouled down the left field line, out of play for strike 1. Guy leads away from first. Fastball popped up. This one might be playable. Kale on the run, looking for it. Over the shoulder, cannot make a grab on it. So the count goes to 0-2. McLaughlin digs back in. Chase will get the sign from Hotzak. The 0-2 pitch is high for ball 1. The 1-2 delivery is again lifted into left, but this one will be playable. Bohannon makes the grab for out number 2. Another good pitch by Chase, just about a foot off the ground, but this time McLaughlin flies out to left. And with 2 down, the right fielder, Sean Morgan, will step to the plate. Morgan drew a 4-pitch walk from Chase his first time up. Takes a pitch high here for ball 1. 2 down, 1 on, top of the 4th inning. Pirates leading it 5-0. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from Hotzak, but Chakai was not moving on the play. And our count moves to 1-1. Strike at the knees from Jeff Chase. Makes the count 1-2. Only one other game in the Peach Belt today, as the 1-2 pitch is grounded to third. Kale will barehand it in fair territory and make a nice throw over to first, and that retires the side. Kale, nice job defensively at third, and the Pirates get out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 5-0 Armstrong. Josh Dallas will lead things off for the Pirates in the bottom of the 4th inning. Armstrong Atlantic leading 5-0 over Southern Connecticut State. Terletsky's first pitch to Dallas is a strike. Josh grounded out to first base unassisted his first time up. Looks at strike 2 here from Terletsky. Oh, 2 pitch outside, taken for a ball. And the 1-2 pitch outside evens the count at 2-2 on Josh Dallas. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. The Pirates have had a hit in every inning so far today. And that's the 3rd straight inning the Pirates have had the leadoff runner on. Pirates have scored in the previous 2, and we go back to the top of the order for Mark Noble. Noble drove in 2 runs with a 2-out single in the 2nd inning. He is 1 for 2 today. Pirates scored a single run in the 1st inning, 2 runs in the 2nd inning, and 2 in the 3rd. Couple of throws over to first, keeping Dallas close to the bag. Josh is 1 for 3 on stolen base attempts this season. And the first pitch from Terletsky to Noble is fouled off. Another throw over to first in the dirt, but caught by Chakai. And a pitch out, but nothing going with the runner Dallas. Count evens at 1-1. Five 0 Armstrong with the lead. Batting in the bottom of the fourth inning. Fastball outside from Terletsky. And the count goes to 2-1. Mark Noble, senior center fielder, among the league leaders in hitting last year in the Peach Belt. Hit .392. Fastball fouled again, out of play. Back behind us. And the count moves to 2-2. Runner goes on the 2-2 pitch. It's a hit and run executed perfectly as the ball is grounded into right field for a base hit. Dallas moves to third, and that ball was right where Calden vacated, heading towards second base. And the Pirates have runners on the corners with nobody out. 2 hits today for Noble. And it brings up Tyler Evans, who is 1 for 2. As I was saying, last half inning, the only other game in the Peach Belt today starts at 5 o'clock. North Greenville visiting Georgia College and State University for a 3-game series that begins tonight. I imagine it'll be pretty cold over there in Milledgeville, 5 o'clock tonight. Runner goes on the first pitch, and they will just concede the stolen base to Noble. The pitch is a strike to Evans, but the Pirates now have runners in scoring position at second and third for Evans with nobody out. Breaking ball grounded into right field underneath the drawn-in infield. Calden was in, but could not smother that one. It's an RBI single for Evans, and it's now 6-0 Pirates. That may spark some activity in the Southern Connecticut State bullpen, with McLaughlin out to the mound to talk things over with Terletsky. It was the fourth inning in which he got in trouble last year and had to exit on the short end of a 14-6 Pirates win. Terletsky now deals to Merrick instead, fakes to third and first, keeping the runners honest. Noble on at third, Evans on at first, and a right-hander is up in the Southern Connecticut State bullpen starting to throw. Fastball is a strike at the knees to Merrick, and it's 0-1. Number 21. I'm sure it's not 51. There's no 21 on the roster. 31. Throwing down in the Southern Connecticut State bullpen, the pitch from Terletsky to Merrick, swung on and missed on a pitch in the dirt. And it's now 0-2 to Merrick. Well, it is number 21, but there's not a 21 on the roster, so we will endeavor to find out who that is in the near future. But Terletsky is ahead of Merrick now, 0-2. Fastball, that one is hit foul down the left field line, giving chase is Izzo, but he won't be able to catch up to it. 2 on, nobody out. 1 run already in here in the bottom of the 4th. Pirates leading at 6-0. Speed pitch sales high, and it's 1-2. Another breaking ball. This one is lifted in left field, and that's over the head of the left fielder and off the wall. Rounding third and heading home is Evans. He will score. Truman Merrick continues to scorch the baseball. He hits a 2-run double, and it is now 8-0 Pirates. And that's going to bring a visit to the mound by Southern Connecticut State head coach Tim Shea. We'll take a short break and come back. You're listening to Pirate Baseball. The new pitcher for Southern Connecticut State is Sean Desmond, sophomore from Port Jefferson, New Jersey, and he faces Josh Wilson here. First pitch to him is a strike. Terletsky faced 3+ innings and gave up 8 hits, 11 runs. And the next pitch gets away from the catcher McLaughlin. Merrick will advance to third on the wild pitch. And he's now 90 feet away. Last year, Desmond, no record, pitched in 4 games, 4 2/3 innings, gave up 7 hits, 5 runs, walked 1, struck out 2 for the Owls. Pitch inside makes the count 2-1 on Wilson. Swinging a line drive in left field, and that is a base hit. So Josh Wilson picks up another RBI with a single, scoring Merrick, and it's now 9-0. That'll bring up the catcher, Sean Hotzak. 1 for 2 today. Takes a pitch down low for ball 1. 9-0 Pirates with the advantage. 4 runs in on the inning. Pitch again gets away from catcher McLaughlin, and Desmond having trouble finding the plate with a couple of wild pitches already. This is just the second batter he's faced. Wilson now on at second. Another pitch low to Hotzak, and it's now 3-0 to the Pirates catcher. Pitch, that's a strike letter high. And it's now 3-1. Three-one pitch, down low, ball 4. Hotzak draws the walk. And 6 straight batters have reached for the Pirates here in the 4th inning. Chris Smith, the designated hitter, will step in. Runners on first and second. Still nobody out here in the 4th. Smith singled in the 2nd and flew out in the 3rd. Takes a strike here from Desmond, and it's 0-1. One pitch, and this one is grounded to short. Only play is to second for Diaz. Diaz flips to Calden. That will cut down Hotzak. Smith reaches on the fielder's choice. And that is the first out of the inning, and it brings up the third baseman, Kenny Kale. Kale doubled in a pair of runs his last time up. He's 2 for 2 today. Desmond looks back the runners at first and third. Josh Wilson is on at third, and Chris Smith is on at first. Kale takes a strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch from Desmond. Swung on and lined in the left. That's a base hit. Kale now 3 for 3 with 3 runs driven in, and it is 10-0 Pirates. And we're going to get a pinch hitter for the Pirates as number 12, Eric Hudson, is going to come in for Brad Bohannon. So Hudson in for Bohannon, looks at a first pitch strike. Hudson 1 for 8 on the young season. This is his 5th game played for the Pirates. Looks at a pitch in the dirt that gets by McLaughlin. Another wild pitch for Desmond. That's his 3rd wild pitch this inning. And it puts runners on 2nd and 3rd for Hudson. Swinging a ground ball past the glove of the first baseman Chakai into right field. That is going to be a 2-run single, and it's now 12-1. Hudson hugged the line with that line drive past Chakai. And Josh Dallas is the 10th man to bat in this inning. He hits one into left field, but a great diving catch by the shortstop Diaz on the outfield grass is the 2nd out of the inning. That will bring up Mark Noble, who singled earlier this inning. He is 2 for 3 today. And more activity in the Southern Connecticut State bullpen as Noble fouls off the first pitch from Desmond off his foot for strike 1. 12-0 Pirates with 7 runs in on the inning. Breaking this game wide open. Pitch down and away. Makes the count 1-1 to Noble. A left-hander up in the Southern Connecticut State bullpen now. Pitch down and away again, and it's 2-1. Greg Polisi, a freshman lefty from Killingworth, Connecticut, beginning to warm up. Fastball lined into center field, but right at Durbacher. He'll make the grab for the final out of the inning. But Armstrong scores 7 runs on 7 hits, and we go to the top of the 5th, 12-0 Pirates. Paul Izzo, the left fielder, will lead things off for Southern Connecticut State here in the top of the 5th inning against Jeff Chase, who had a nice long rest last half inning. Starts off Izzo with a pitch high for ball 1. Chase now the beneficiary of a 12-0 lead as the Pirates have pounded out 14 hits in 4 innings against Southern Connecticut State pitching. Izzo grounded out to third base his first time up today. Hits one foul down the third base line here on a 2-0 pitch. Makes the count 2-1. Chase's 2-1 delivery upstairs for a ball. It's now 3-1. Three-one pitch popped up, foul territory. Evans underneath it, drifts to his right, makes the grab for out number 1. That'll bring up the third baseman, Kevin Bowerman. Struck out against Chase in the 2nd inning. Hits a ground ball to short. Dallas plays it in a long hop, throws to first, but it's not in time. So Bowerman is on with an infield single to short. And that'll bring up Davidson, the designated hitter, caught looking his first time up against Chase. Takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Fastball, strike at the knees. Makes the count 1-1. Another pop-up in front of the Pirates dugout, but Motsak will watch it drift out of play for strike 2. Taking a look at the latest Collegiate Baseball Division II top 30 poll, the Pirates come in this week at number 25 with their 6-1 start. There are co-number 1s as Davidson swings and misses for strike 3. That's 2 down now. And we'll go back to the top of the order. For Michael Diaz. Diaz 0 for 2. He is flied out to left and flied out to center. Tampa and Cal State Chico share the top spot in the poll this week. Florida Southern is number 3. Ground ball to second. Wilson won't make a play on it as it goes into right field. Bowerman will stop at second as there are now 2 on, but 2 down in the inning for center fielder Carl DeBacher, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Columbus State is the highest-ranked Peach Belt team at number 6. Georgia College is at number 9 in the rankings. Francis Marion is at number 11. Northeast 10. Team Franklin Pierce is number 12. They have not started their season yet. First pitch to Derbacher is low, ball 1. Armstrong Atlantic 1 spot behind USC Aiken. The Pacers are at number 24. Mount Olive went back into the poll as Derbacher fouls off the next pitch. The Pirates took 3 of 4 from Mount Olive when the Trojans started the year at number 20. Mount Olive fell out. Now they're back into it by knocking off a couple of Peach Belt teams last week. They're at number 27. Southern Connecticut State among teams receiving votes in the poll this week, along with Peach Belt teams UNC Pembroke and USC Upstate also receiving votes. The pitch from Chase is in the dirt. Count moves to 2-1, and Hotsack out to the mound. Got crossed up by that pitch from Chase. And it's now a 2-1 count. There are 2 on for the Owls. This is the first time since the second inning they've had 2 on. But there are 2 out in the inning. The 2-1 pitch from Chase is outside, and it's 3-1 now to Derbacher. The 3-1 pitch swung on and lined into deep center field, but Noble's on the run, and he will make the catch for out number 3. Owls get a couple on, but nothing else. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 12-0 Pirates. Tyler Evans leads off the bottom of the 5th inning. For the Pirates against Sean Desmond, beginning his 2nd inning of work. Hits a top ground ball over the pitcher. Diaz has to charge hard, throws on to first, and makes a nice play. Diaz has impressed defensively for the Owls here in today's game, made a handful of nice plays. And there's one down for Truman Merrick. Merrick takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Truman is 1 for 1 with a couple of walks and a double, and now he gets a single as he lines that one into right field for a base hit. So again, Merrick stays hot. He's on with one down for Josh Wilson, who doubled in a run, also singled in a run. He has to 2 for 3 today with 2 runs driven in. Takes a pitch low for ball 1. 15 hits now for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Changeup fouled down the third base side towards the Pirates dugout, and it's 1-1. 1-1 pitch grounded up the middle. Flip from Calden to Diaz for 1. No chance to turn the double play. So Wilson is on with a fielder's choice, and there's 2 down in the inning. John Hotzak steps to the plate, 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Another wild pitch from Desmond will move the runner Wilson to second. Is the 4th wild pitch for Desmond since coming into the ball game in the 4th inning. Desmond comes back and delivers a strike to Hotzak, so the count is 1-1. One pitch, grounded to third. Bowerman up with it, throws on to first, and that retires the side. The Pirates get a hit, but nothing else. We will go to the top of the 6th inning. Armstrong leading at 12-0. As we begin the top of the 6th inning, fans, when I say the Pirates have wholesale defensive changes, you can make sure that I'm telling the truth, as the Pirates have 7 new faces in different positions as we begin the 6th inning. New pitcher is Aaron Johnson. He starts off Joe Calden with a strike. So Jeff Chase pitches 5 shutout innings for the Pirates, gives up 4 hits, no runs. The new catcher for the Pirates is number 20, Derek Miller. He comes into Kenny Cale's spot in the lineup, so Miller will catch and bat 7th. The 1-1 pitch from Johnson found out of play. Mitch Hudson is the new center fielder coming in for Mark Noble. He will bat in the leadoff spot in the order. Tyler Evans moves from first base to third base, and Sean Hotzak moves out from behind the plate to play first. Pitch bounces in front of the plate to Calden, and it's now 2-2. Tyler Crawford is the new shortstop, taking over for Josh Dallas. There's a ground ball to second. Josh Wilson, who is still in the game at second, makes the play for the first out of the inning. And that will bring up the first baseman, Nick Chakai. So, new center fielder, new shortstop, new third base, first base catcher for the Pirates here in the eighth. The new pitcher is Aaron Johnson. First pitch to Chakai is low for ball one. Johnson making his third appearance of the season. No record of 3 ERA. He's pitched 3 innings, given up 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 3. Delivers a strike to Chakai there to even up the count at 1-1. Fastball fouled out of play again. It's now 1-2. Chase struck out 6 and walked 2 in the 20 batters he faced. 6 fly ball outs, 2 ground ball outs for the Pirates junior, in line to win his second game of the season. Ground ball in the hole, backhanded by Crawford, but even had he picked that up cleanly, would have had no chance to get Chakai. So it's an infield hit for the Owls first baseman. That's Chakai's second hit of the game, 5th hit of the game for Southern Connecticut State. And with 1 down, the catcher McLaughlin comes to the plate. McLaughlin 1 for 2 today. Singled in the second, flew out in the fourth. Fastball outside from Johnson for ball 1. One-oh pitch, and this one is hit deep to right. Merrick on the run, up against the warning track, and it is up against the wall. Runners at second and third on the double by McLaughlin. And the Owls have their best scoring opportunity of the game so far, with runners on second and third and 1 out for Morgan, the right fielder. Morgan has walked and grounded out today, so he is 0 for 1. Sixth hit of the game for Southern Connecticut State as Morgan takes a pitch low for ball 1. Now a fastball from AJ inside. And it's 2-0. Runners on second and third for Southern Connecticut State. A 2-0 count now on Morgan. There's a strike at the knees, making the count 2-1 on the Owls right fielder. Swinging a fly ball into deep center field. On the run is Noble. He'll catch it, but the runner at third will tag and score. So Chakai brings home the first run of the ball game for Southern Connecticut State. Sacrifice fly off the bat of Sean Morgan. McLaughlin holds at second, so there are now 2 out in the inning. call Izzo at the plate. He is 0 for 2 today. And the score now 12-1. Breaking ball from Johnson is low for ball 1. Again, these two teams will play tomorrow at 1 o'clock here at Pirate Field. Another breaking ball from Johnson in the dirt, taken for a ball. That game will not be on the internet for you. Instead, we'll be bringing you basketball action here from Alumni Arena. But then Sunday, we'll be back here with you at Pirate Field for a 1 o'clock first pitch between the Pirates and the Owls. The 2-1 pitch from Aaron Johnson. Swung on and grounded up the middle. That's a base hit. Rounding third is McLaughlin. The throw to the plate is not in time. McLaughlin slides around the tag of Miller, and it's an RBI single for Izzo, and it's now 12-2. It's 2 runs in the inning for Southern Connecticut State. The third baseman, Kevin Bowerman, steps in. He's 1 for 2 today. First pitch to him bounces in the dirt for ball 1. Two runs on 7 hits now for Southern Connecticut State. As the fastball is high and outside to Bowerman, and it's 2-0. 12 runs on 15 hits for the Pirates. We are in the top of the 6th here at Pirate Field. 2-0 pitch swung on and missed, and it's 2-1. Another fastball at the knees called a strike. It's 2-2 now to Bowerman. Izzo leads away from first. The 2-2 delivery is in the right field, and that's going to be a base hit. Rounding second and heading for third is Izzo. 4 hits in the last 5 batters off of Aaron Johnson, and the Owls have runners at the corners for Mo Davidson, the designated hitter. Davidson struck out twice against Jeff Chase. He's 0 for 2. And assistant coach Calvin Culberson is going to head out to the mound and talk things over with Aaron Johnson. Take a short break and come back. You're listening to Pirate Baseball. The new pitcher for Armstrong Atlantic is senior Jacob Roberson. He comes in with runners on first and third and 2 out to face Mo Davidson. He delivers a first pitch inside for ball 1. Roberson in relief of Johnson, who got just 2 out in the inning and allowed 2 runs to score. Roberson, three appearances this season. Gets Davidson to swing and miss at a pitch, and it's 1-1. Jacobs pitched 2 innings. He's given up just 1 hit, but 4 runs. He has walked 5 and has yet to strike out a batter. Another swing and a miss. And the count is now 1-2 on Davidson. Swing a little tapper to first. Roberson will pick it up himself and step on the bag, and that will retire the side. But Southern Connecticut State gets 2 runs on 4 hits. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 12-2 Pirates. Chris Smith will lead things off for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Armstrong on top 12-2. Swings at the first pitch from Desmond, grounds to short. Diaz up with it, throws on to first, and there's 1 down. That will bring up the catcher, Derek Miller. Came in defensively last half inning. 1 for 10 on the young season and 3 games played. Desmond's first pitch to him is outside, ball 1. One pitch, that is a strike, and it's now 1-1. Pirates will open up Peach Belt Conference play next weekend as they host Peach Belt newcomer Georgia Southwestern for a 3-game series. Pitch in the dirt, taken for a ball. Doubleheader on Saturday and a single game on Sunday against the Hurricanes, the newest member of the league. Pitch inside from Desmond runs the count to 3-1 on Miller. The 3-1 pitch, and that one is grounded foul down the third base line. Count goes to 3-2. A 3-2 pitch popped up in the infield. The third baseman, Bowerman, can't make the grab. And that is going to be an error on the Owls' third baseman. And the Pirates have a one-out base runner. That brings up the left fielder, Eric Hudson. Hudson drove in a pair with a pinch hit single his first time up. Takes a pitch low for ball one. Hudson now 2 for 9 on the young season. Swings and hits one into deep right field. On the run, though, and making the grab is Sean Morgan for the second out of the inning. So 2 down now for Tyler Crawford. Comes to the plate. Crawford, this is his first at-bat as a Pirate, the freshman from Savannah. Played his high school ball at Benedictine. Takes a pitch for a strike. And it's 0-1. Another pitch in the dirt taken for a ball. It's now 1-1 to Crawford. Pitch again in the dirt, taken for a ball. It's now 2-1. Miller on at first, 2 down. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Pirates leading it by 10, 12-2. Change up right over the plate, and it's 2-2 now to Crawford. 2-2 pitch, grounded to second. Calden will flip to Diaz covering it short, and that will retire the side. The Pirates get a base runner via the error, but nothing else. We're through 6 here at Pirate Field. It's 12-2, Armstrong. That'd be great. Top of the order coming up for Southern Connecticut State here in the top of the 7th inning. Michael Diaz loses the first pitch high from Jacob Roberson. As Diaz bats, he is 1 for 3 today. Flew out twice and singled his last time up. Big swing and a miss. Makes the count 1-1. Pirates lead at 12-2. First of 3 games this weekend between Armstrong, Atlantic, and Southern Connecticut State. Roberson took something off of that one and got Diaz to swing and miss. It's 1-2. Roberson came in relief of Aaron Johnson last half inning. As there's a ground ball to third, Cale can't throw it, and it actually throws it away. Or excuse me, it's Evans at third. Evans playing third base after starting the game at first. That's going to be an error on Evans, and Diaz makes it all the way to third on the play. So that will bring up the center fielder Derbacher, who is 0 for 2 today with a walk. First pitch to him outside for ball 1. Fastball outside. It's 2-0. Well, the Pirates had problems with a big lead last time they were out here, leading Florida Tech 7-0, only to watch the Panthers score 7 in the 8th to tie it up. Sent to extra innings of an 8-7 win. 12-2 is a little bit tougher of a task, but Southern Connecticut silent with the bats through the first 5 innings. It's come alive here. That one is a fly ball to right that will easily get the runner Diaz home. Sacrifice fly by Derbacher makes it 12-3. That's the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the second baseman, Joe Calden, who swings and misses at the Roberson offering for strike 1. Pitch outside makes the count 1-1. 1-1 pitch. That's a strike at the letters, and it's now 1-2 on Calden. Calden 0 for 3. Struck out in the first, popped out in the 4th, and grounded out in the 6th. Takes a pitch outside here, and it's now 2-2. Pitch high again, and Roberson works a full count on Calden. Fastball, that one is swung and lifted into deep left field. Giving chase is Hudson, and that is going to be gone. Joe Calden, the second baseman for the Owls, hits a solo home run to left field, and it is now 12-4. So now Nick Chakai steps in. He is 2 for 3 today. Pirates led it 12-0 after the bottom of the 4th, but since then, the Owls have played it 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th to make it 12-4. Chakai looks at a pitch low for ball 1. Now check swing, ground ball, fouled on the first base line. Evens up the count at 1-1. Fastball low from Roberson. It's now 2-1. Swinging a foul tip at the plate makes it 2-2. This weekend begins conference play for a host of other schools in the Peach Belt. As the 2-2 pitch is grounded to second, Wilson takes it on a high bounce, throws on to first for the second out of the inning. And that brings up McLaughlin, the catcher. Columbus State is at Lander for a 3-game series this weekend. USC Upstate visits UNC Pembroke. North Georgia visits USC Aiken. And Augusta State will visit Francis Marion. The Pirates' opponent in a week's time, Georgia Southwestern, plays a non-conference series with Flagler this weekend. McLaughlin looks at a strike then a ball to kind of even the count at 1-1. McLaughlin doubled and scored last time up. He is 2 for 3 today. Swings and misses here to make the count 1-2. The 1-2 pitch from Roberson. Swung on and missed, strike 3. The Southern Connecticut State plates 2 more. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's the 7th inning stretch. Stand up wherever you are. Pirates lead at 12-4. To the bottom of the 7th inning we go. Armstrong Atlantic leading Southern Connecticut State 12-4. Mitch Hudson will lead things off for the Pirates. He'll be followed by Tyler Evans and Truman Merrick. Hudson getting his 3rd game of work, but his first at-bat, official at-bat. He did execute a successful sacrifice in one of his earlier appearances. Takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Sean Desmond in for his 3rd inning of work. After a rough start, he has settled down and shut out the Pirates the last 2 innings. Hudson swings and hits one to deep left field. That one is carrying, and that one is gone. Mitch Hudson with his first collegiate home run, and it makes it 13-4. So the man they affectionately call Herbie on the Pirates club gets his first collegiate home run, answers back some of the runs scored by Southern Connecticut State over the last couple of innings. It's now 13-4, and Tyler Evans will come to the plate. First pitch to him is a strike. Evans is 2 for 4 in this game. Takes another pitch low. And it's now 1-1. Change up, down, and away. And it's now 2-1 on Evans. Swinging a ground ball to second. Handcuffs called in for a second, but he gathers himself, throws on to first for the first out of the inning. Truman Merrick will step in 2 for 2 today. He's been on base all 4 times. He's been up. He drew a pair of walks, drove in 2 runs with a double, and then had a single his last time up. Swings and misses here for strike 1, so 14 hits in 29 at-bats for Truman to begin the season, just shy of 500. 1-0 pitch down and away for a ball, and it's 1-1. One pitch, that's a strike on the outside corner. From Desmond, makes the count 1-2. One-two pitch, lined up the middle, and that's a base hit. Truman Merrick is hitting .500 this season. He is 15 for 30 with hits in his last 3 at-bats. So 1 on with 1 out. Josh Wilson at the plate. He is 2 for 4 today. First pitch to him is a strike. Wilson doubled in a run in the first, struck out in the third, singled in the fourth, and hit into a fielder's choice. Runner advancing on the wild pitch by Desmond. So Merrick is now at second. The count is 1-1. Pitch outside again, and it's 2-1 to Wilson. Pitch low again, it's 2-1 as more activity, or actually this is the same pitcher that was up before in the bullpen for Southern Connecticut State. Heads back down to the pen, Greg Polisi. Pitch from Desmond outside, and that's ball 4. So 2 on with 1 out for Sean Hotsack, who is 1 for 3 today. Hotsack singled in the 3rd inning and walked in the 4th. He has also struck out and grounded out. Takes a strike here, and it's 0-1. 13-4, we're in the bottom of the 7th. Pirates comfortably ahead in the first game of a 3-game series. Pitch down low from Desmond. the count 1-1. One pitch low again, and it's 2-1. Swing and a fly ball into right field. This not deep enough. Morgan will make the grab. Merrick will tag from second and move to third. That's the second out of the inning. And it brings up Chris Smith. Smith steps in 1 for 4 today. Singled his first time up, but since then he has flied out, grounded into a fielder's choice, and grounded out. Takes a strike from Desmond, and it's 0-1. Fastball swung on and fouled back to the screen, and Desmond gets ahead of Smith here, 0-2. "13 runs on 17 hits for the Pirates today, 1 error. Southern Connecticut State 4 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. Pitch in the dirt blocked by McLaughlin to make the count 1-2. The 1-2 pitch swung on and fouled down the first base side. Again, the 1-2 pitch. This is high, taken for a ball. Truman Merrick on at third, Josh Wilson on at first. 2-2 pitch is drilled to deep left field. That one is going to get up against the wall. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score, and Smith will pull up into second with a 2 RBI double. And it's now 15-4. That's going to bring a visit to the mound from head coach Tim Shea. And we'll take a short break and come back. You're listening to Pirate Baseball. The third pitcher of the day for Southern Connecticut State is freshman Greg Polici, 5'8", 170 pounds, from Killingworth, Connecticut. Takes a pitch low for ball one or Derek Miller does. Miller reached on an error his first time up after coming in defensively for the Pirates. Pitch in the dirt to Miller, makes it ball two with Chris Smith on at second. There are two out in the inning, and the Pirates have 3 runs in here in the 7th. Fastball fouled back to the screen, makes it 2-1 on Miller. Bottom of the 7th inning here at Pirate Field. One pitch down in the dirt, taken for a ball. It's 3-1. Three-one pitch is upstairs, ball 4. And there's now 2 on with 2 down for Eric Hudson. Hudson hit a long fly ball to right his last time up. He singled in 2 runs his first time up, so he's 1 for 2 today. Lefty against the lefty. Polici takes a strike on the outside part of the plate here, and it's 0-1. Fastball grounded to second. Calden up with it. Flips it to first, and that retires the side. But the Pirates plate 3, including a solo home run by Mitch Hudson. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Armstrong leads 15-4. Sean Morgan leads things off for Southern Connecticut State here in the top of the 8th inning. Armstrong Atlantic leading 15-4, and the new pitcher for the Pirates is left-hander Jeremy Horst. The senior comes in relief of Jacob Robertson, making his 3rd appearance of the season. Ground ball to short. Crawford charges hard, makes the throw, and there's 1 down. Horst 1-0 with a 6.75 earned run average. He's thrown 2 2/3 innings, given up 2 hits, 2 runs, walked 3, struck out 6. And here with 1 down, he faces the left fielder, Paul Izzo. Izzo is 1 for 3 today. Takes a pitch low for ball 1. Roberson went 1 1/3 innings, gave up 1 hit, 2 runs, 1 was earned, struck out 1, did not walk a batter. Fastball swung on and missed by Izzo, makes the count 2-1. Again, the Pirates will host Southern Connecticut State tomorrow at 1. That game will not be on our webcast. Instead, we'll be back with you on Sunday, also at 1 o'clock. A game change, schedule change. The Pirates and the Owls will play.
Come on, man.
Ground ball to third. Evans could not grab a hold of it. Crawford eventually fields it, but no chance to get the runner at first. Izzo is on. And we're going to have a pinch hitter at the plate for Southern Connecticut State. To bat for Bowerman, number 17, Chris Barreel. Looks at the pitch outside for ball 1. Fastball foul back to the screen for strike 1. Real is a junior, 5'8", 175 pounds, left-handed hitter. Swings and misses on a pitch in the dirt. Thought he held his swing, but the home plate umpire disagrees, and it's 1-2. Pitch outside, taken for a ball, and it's 2-2. Another ball runs the count full on the pinch hitter, Barreel. Swing and a fly ball on the left. Hudson will make the grab near the line for out number 2. And we'll have another pinch hitter for Southern Connecticut State. As number 7, Sean Finnecane, a freshman from Branford, Connecticut, will step in, replacing Mo Davidson. Swing and a miss by Finnecane on the pitch from Horst for strike 1. Breaking ball taken for a ball outside, and it's 1-1. Pitch upstairs for a ball, makes the count 2-1. Fans join us tomorrow on our webcast for Armstrong Atlantic basketball action. The Lady Pirates and Pirates wrap up the home regular season against USC Upstate. 2 o'clock for the women, 4 o'clock for the men, as there's a pop-up in the infield to Tyler Crawford. Crawford makes the catch, And that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Pirates lead it 15-4. Yeah, in case we want to run something up the flagpole and see what happens, we've got one. Tyler Crawford will lead things off for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It will be Crawford, Mitch Hudson, and Evans to face Greg Polici here in the 8th. Polici starts off Crawford with a strike. Tyler grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. Pitch low again. Makes the count 1-1. Polici's 1-1 pitch is a strike, and it's 1-2. Polici working from the stretch, bounces a curveball in front of the plate. It's 2-2. And now the 2-2 delivery well high over the head of Crawford, and it's 3-2 now. 15 runs on 18 hits for the Pirates. 2 errors, 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Southern Connecticut State. Swinging a chopper to third, dropped by the third baseman, Baril, who came in, and Baril throws high the bag, so Crawford is on via the error by Baril, who just came in defensively after pinch hitting last half inning. Mitch Hudson steps in. Hit a home run his first time up. I mistakenly said it was his first collegiate home run. I forgot about his home run last year for the Pirates, so apologize for that mistake. But Hudson with a home run this year, his first one of the year. Take the pitch low for ball 1. That was his first hit of the year as well. Swinging a pop-up behind the plate. McLaughlin underneath it, makes the grab for out number 1. I'll bring up Tyler Evans, who is 2 for 5 today with a pair of singles. Polici's first pitch to him is well high for ball 1. 1-0 pitch at the knees, called a strike. And it's now 1-1. One pitch fouled out of play behind the Southern Connecticut State dugout. And it's now 1-2. Bounce curveball to the plate, blocked ably by McLaughlin, runs the count to 2-2. And another pitch low runs the count full on Evans. The 3-2 pitch, grounded to short. Diaz on the short hop makes the play, but throws to first, not in time, so Evans has an infield single. It was a nice play again by Diaz, but Evans' speed beats that one out, and Truman Merrick will come to the plate. 3 for 3 today. He's been on base all 5 times he's been up. Walked twice, doubled in 2 runs, and has singled his last 2 times up. As we told you last time he was up, 15 for 30 this season for an even .500 batting average. First pitch to him is high ball 1. Another fastball high, and it's 2-0, and McLaughlin wants to talk to Polici for a second. 1 out, 2 on. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning of a 15-4 game. The Pirates with the lead. Another pitch well high, and it's 3-0 now to Merrick, who is looking to reach base for the 6th time in this game. And he does. Pitch outside for ball 4. Bases loaded for Wilson, who is 2 for 4 today. He has driven in a pair of runs. Polici's first pitch to Wilson is down and in for ball 1. Swinging a topper right in front of the plate. The pitcher tries to throw to home to get the force, but Polici overran the ball. So it's an infield single, and the Pirates get an RBI. It's probably about the shortest distance that Wilson will ever have an RBI single. About 20 feet in front of the plate, not even that far, but that plates the run. 20 hits now for the Pirates, a new season high, and 16 runs, also a season high. As another conference on the mound. Brings up Hotzak. There is nobody active in the Southern Connecticut State bullpen, so they're relying on Polici to get these last 2 outs, and Hotzak who was 1 for 4 today, steps in. First pitch to him is well high for ball 1. Swinging a fly ball into deep left field, and that's down the line for a base hit. Rounding first and heading into second is Hotzak. He will have a 2 RBI double as Wilson stops at third, and it's now 18-4. Chris Smith looks at the first pitch low for ball 1. He doubled in 2 runs his last time up. 5 doubles and a home run for Pirate hitters today in a 21-hit outburst. Swinging a fly ball to center. Derbacher makes the grab for out number 2. The runners hold, and it will bring up Derek Miller. Miller is 0 for 1. He has been on base twice, though, since coming into the game. Reached on an error in the 6th and walked in the 7th. Polici's first pitch to him is a strike. Fastball swung on and driven to left. On the run is Izzo, and that one is gone. Home run for Chris Smith. 2-run shot, or excuse me, a 3-run shot. It is now 21-4. And the first pitch from Polici to Eric Hudson is high, ball 1. 21-4. Pirates leading it with 6 runs here in the bottom of the 8th. All those runs, though, on the home run unearned, as Southern Connecticut State had the error to start the inning. The fly ball to center should have been the 3rd out of the inning. Swinging a pop-up, foul territory. McLaughlin, the catcher, in front of the Pirates' dugout, makes the grab, and that retires the side. But the Pirates plate 6, the big blow, the 3-run home run by Chris Smith. We go to the top of the 9th. It's 21-4 Pirates. Miller, not Smith. Oh. Yeah. Top of the ninth inning we go. The new pitcher for Armstrong Atlantic is freshman Blake Culberson. He comes in relief of Jeremy Horst, who threw a scoreless eighth inning. Culberson starts off Michael Diaz with a strike. Blake making his third appearance of the season. He has pitched a third of an inning, giving up 2 hits, 1 run, and 3 walks. Diaz hits a chopper to third. Evans throws on to first for the first out of the inning. And that will bring up the center fielder, Carl Derbacher. 0 for 2 today, but he has walked and also hit a sacrifice fly. Culverson's first pitch to him is a strike. And it's 0-1. Again, the Pirates will be in action tomorrow at 1 against Southern Connecticut State. Our next webcast of Pirate Baseball comes your way Sunday as the Pirates take on Southern Connecticut State at 1 o'clock. For the first pitch, a game change on the schedule. It shows the game at noon, but moving that game back an hour. The 0-2 pitch from Culberson is high for ball 1. Fastball popped up. Left field line. Hudson drifts towards the line and makes the grab for out number 2. Last year, the most runs scored by the Pirates was 22 in a 22-6 win over Barton. That was on April 6th up in UNC Pembroke. Pirates with 21 runs here today. As Culberson starts off Joe Calden with a strike. Calden hit a solo home run his last time up. He's 1 for 4. But Culberson, with another strike, gets ahead of him quickly, 0-2. Fastball outside, taken for a ball. Makes the count 1-2. The 1-2 pitch down and away for ball 2. Two pitch swung on and missed. The ball's in the dirt, so Miller will have to throw on to first to complete the strikeout, which he does. And that is the ball game. Armstrong Atlantic takes game 1 of this 3-game series with Southern Connecticut State, 21-4. Fans, we'll talk to you tomorrow from Alumni Arena for Armstrong Atlantic basketball action against USC Upstate. And we will see you on Sunday back here at Pirate Field as the Pirates take on the Owls at 1 o'clock. Chad Jackson saying good evening from Pirate Field. Armstrong wins it 21-4.